I made it. Come on up and introduce yourselves and talk into the microphone so everybody can hear you well. Come on up.
All right. Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Todd Citron. I'm the CEO of Hill Country Mental Health and Disability. Yeah, all right. Judge, sir, you had a conversation with Landon Scotland last
Maybe I
week.
can fix it.
Landon is our deputy CEO. So we're the local mental health authority for Kinney County. We've got a 19 county catchment area. There are 39 centers like us in the state of Texas, and ours is the Hill Country area. And so we've got 24,000 square miles with the second largest geographic coverage area of these 39 centers. And our catchment area extends from the I-35 corridor of Hayes and Comal County. That's our heaviest population density. We run west all the way to Valverde. And so we've got big, suburban counties, Hayes around 280,000, Comal 170,000, sandwiched between San Antonio and Austin. And then we've got some very frontier counties, and he's one of them. And so it's in 11 of our counties where we have a brick and mortar mental health clinic. So we're responsible as a safety net mental health provider to make services available to folks, mostly who are uninsured, some who are on Medicaid, or sometimes commercially insured people, but it's mostly uninsured individuals who have some sort of mental health presentation. Depression, anxiety, psychosis, could be homeless. Some folks who we serve, you may know very well. Sometimes they cycle in and out of jail, depending on the severity of their illness and their offense. And so we have individuals who reside in Kinney County who need mental health services. They either travel to Valverde, to Del Rio, where Rachel Cedillo is the clinic director, where we have a bricks and mortar clinic. So they're driving all the way there. Or they travel to Uvalde. So they're heading in that direction, where we have also a mental health clinic. In the 8 counties where we don't have any bricks and mortar clinics, all those folks have to transport to a clinic. And what we see is people will no-show for their appointments because they have transportation issues. Often the people we serve are poor. And so we got funding, and we have purchased these mobile mental health clinics. And we are now socializing these. This is the second commissioner's court that we've met with. We met with, it was Edwards County last week, Judge Shanklin. So he used to be on our board. And we meet and greet. Basically, you get to see the vehicle. It's outside. And so we're going to go outside for you to see this thing. But the idea is, and in some of these counties like Edwards, and I'm not exactly sure what the count is of how many people who are presently in service with us who are going to Rachel's clinic. I know in Edwards it was 15 people. Well, those 15 people were running off to Kerr, or they were running off to Kimball County. The idea that this vehicle pulls in and we identify a location, which, we're going to identify that in partnership with y'all, and Sully had a location next to the health clinic out there. And the van pulls in, and it has capacity to beam in through a telemedicine. We've got the Starlink technology, and we're going to show you that today, where they can be in front of a nurse practitioner or a psychiatrist and be seen here. So if there's 15 folks who are presently in service with us or more, or whatever the number is, the idea of them having to go out to Uvalde or to Del Rio is that we would come here and we would be able to serve them in the vans. And so you'll see them, they look like they're nondescript, they are gray, and they have some black lettering, because we don't want to draw attention to them, because everyone is sensitive around the stigma of having a mental health issue. And so, again, this is an innovation, and we've gotten funding for 3 of these, and there's money on the way for a 4th one. And we have them housed in various places. One right now is sitting in Uvalde. One will be sitting in Kimball. One will be housed up in Hayes County to deploy to some of the more rural parts of those 2 counties. And then I think the other one is going to be maybe in Kerr County. But today is just for you to see them and for us to kind of show them off. And we've got some of our people, our clinicians here. Rachel's here. But again, it's a meet and greet for you to see the vehicle. We're going to socialize it. And we're doing this with all of the 8 counties. I think we've got Schleicher County in 2 weeks. But then we're going, I think Real, Sutton, Mason, Menard, Mandora, so that we will visit all of the counties we're outreaching now. You got a handwritten letter from me with the press release about this. So today is just to introduce you to these vans and for you to be able to see them.
So for a patient to access your program,
Yeah.
do they need a referral from a nurse practitioner
No,
or
sir.
a doctor?
No, sir. Well, let me first introduce myself again. I'm Rachel Cedillo, and I am the director of the Valverde Mental Health and, of course, in Del Rio, and we cover Kinney County. As far as numbers go, we do have 10 individuals that actually reside in Bracketville, and they are open to our services. Okay, and I've been with Hill Country almost 13 years, and we have had more people than that before. But as Todd mentioned, I think transportation is the biggest issue for them to get to Del Rio. Once upon a time, there used to be a shuttle that would take them over there, and that sort of stopped. And we kind of don't have those individuals anymore. But my heart does go out to those people. And once we get this clinic here, that is some people that I personally want to go and look for and ask them to return to our services because they really need it. The services back then, I'm sure they still can benefit by them right now. The other good part about it is that we have individuals that receive injections for their mental health. And we have a nurse, and she can come with us also and be here and provide the injections, because if they don't get their injections biweekly or monthly, we can have problems with their mental health. So that's a big one. And then, of course, medication. As Todd mentioned, we do have a lot of individuals that are not funded, and they go through Genoa, which is our pharmacy. And instead, sometimes they do mail out the medication, but we understand that in our rural area, sometimes PO boxes are not available, addresses are in the rear and all that, and medication gets lost. So we can bring our medication with us, and we have a refrigerator in the mobile clinic. We can store it there too, and have people come in and pick it up. We have in crisis also available. That's another situation that we encounter. We offer crisis services 24/7 all year round. And now being here, we have had individuals that are in crisis here in this area. As a matter of fact, I will mention that there's one individual, and again, my heart really goes to her. She calls almost daily our hotline, that crisis hotline, just to talk to people. And that's sad for us because she has appointments with us, but she still needs more time in between there. And if we can still provide this for her over here, I really feel that that we're helping her. And if we can help one person, of course, that's the biggest thing. I'm sorry, but I can go on and on. But in reference to, yeah, I'm passionate about what I do. In reference to your question, no, nobody needs a referral. All they have to do is, again, just we will bring referral packages. By that, I mean for them to sign up with us. They fill it up. We start the process, our financial, and then we get into the intake. And then we get them into doing a what we call person-centered recovery plan. And then we schedule them for our doctor, and the process begins. Okay, they'll be getting a diagnosis as well, and that is the biggest thing. So
be located private location for your.
Well, that's part of this coming out to the communities, like where is it going to work?
Part of our business.
what's best for you all?
I think the plan, visiting the other day on the phone and stuff, the plan was to try to get these units. They're not just for a crisis. They're going to be
Yeah.
mobile
Right.
and try to get on a schedule. Like,
Yes, sir.
hey, the second Wednesday, we're going to be in Kinney County. We'll be at the community center. We'll be at the Twitter room or something, and stuff. Talking about the mobility though, like when you do come to Kinney County, or you come to Edwards County, where the transportation deal. I know the van's coming, but will there be a vehicle to like run to somebody's house and grab them
Oh,
and bring them?
yes.
If we work that, as we work through this,
Yeah.
hey, I don't have any wheels to get there, but
Yeah.
I'd like to come.
Well, and some of this is, I mean, this is brand new.
Yes,
I mean, we're trying
yes.
to figure, and there may be the potential where the appointment is at the person's house if they're
Mhm.
comfortable with it. So it's pulling in the driveway, and people may know what it is, and they may not know what it is in the community. So that has not all been worked out. Some of this is, we're kind of building this. But the first step was to start to socialize it first through the commissioner's court, and then operationally, there's planning meetings going on.
Okay.
But yes, sir, the idea is like regular, it's more of a clinic than it is for like the crisis. But if it's local and there's a crisis that's going on, we're there.
Be deployed.
Yes, sir.
And we do have 2 vehicles, sir, company vehicles. We can use them. I can have people, some of our staff come. Like I said, it'll be several staff. I'll have a nurse. I can have one of our care coordinators and one of our crisis workers. I can have different people coming in, but of course, the vehicle is definitely available.
That's the.
You may have already answered, but public awareness.
Well, so starting here, I mean, we've sent out some press releases. We've been trying to reach out to media outlets throughout. I mean, part of this will be how it gets socialized. Your previous county judge, Tully, and I think Tully may be outside. Tully chairs our board. And so, and he said the importance of this is a kickoff, but then to start socializing it with the other public officials, the sheriff, school superintendents, on, is that the word, and he had mentioned, I think it was a previous, or maybe it was, up in Schleicher County, there was, I think it was a VA mobile vehicle, but the importance of socializing the vehicle locally would be important, but a kickoff here was a good place to start.
Okay. All right. Well, that's, we can, that concludes our meeting other than our executive session and stuff. So if we want to, we'll call it a recess right now and go outside and visit, and take a tour of the van and visit and so forth, and then we'll come back to our executive session.
Thank you all.
Thank you.